made men trip all over themselves in her presence, which may have been why I threatened to poison her coffee the first time I met her. Who knew she'd stick around and get engaged to my boss? Fortunately, Sarah forgave as easily as she smiled, and they'd become close friends. Over the years of self-imposed isolation, Melanie had forgotten how good it felt to have a woman to talk to. Her friends from high school and college had tried to stay in touch in the beginning, but Melanie hadn't answered their phone calls. She'd been angry and ashamed. And when she'd surfaced from that dark place, she'd pushed everyone so far away she didn't know how to begin to piece the friendships back together, so she hadn't tried.
"Are you ready?"
David, the ranch manager, asked softly from the doorway. He was only 9 years older than Melanie, but she and Sarah joked that he was an old soul. He was a true Texan gentleman, soft-spoken around women, but also stubborn and opinionated. He'd offered to drive her to the airport, and, given how shaky she was feeling right then, she was glad he had. He wouldn't let her change her mind, which is good because I put this off too long already. I can't hide here anymore. "I'm as ready as I'll ever be," she said. "Is Jace downstairs?"
"He said he'd meet you at the main house. He's making cookies with Sarah."
Melanie stood and buried her cold hands in her jeans pockets. "I've never left him before."
"He'll be fine. Maybe a few pounds heavier the way Sarah keeps giving him treats, but none the worse for the time he'll spend at the main house with them, and I'll check in on him daily. Maybe take him out for a few rides. He won't even notice you're gone."
Wiping away an uncharacteristic tear, Melanie said, "Is that supposed to make me feel better?" David slapped his hat against one thigh.
"It sounded good in my head."
He cleared his throat.
"I know it's none of my business, but I'm glad you're going. It's time you faced whatever brought you here."
Melanie shook her head and looked down at her boots. "If I were braver, I would tell you."
"No need. You and Tony, you've both spent way too many years on this ranch. Life is meant for living, not hiding."
Lifting her head and raising an eyebrow, she said, "I'm not too sure you weren't hiding along with us. Sarah said you went up to help her friend with her ranch, but you hightailed it right back here. That doesn't sound very brave to me. I saw a picture of Lucy. She sure is pretty." David lowered his gaze.
"She's all right. Tony sent me there because he thought she was having some financial troubles. She found a solution, though."
"I'm surprised you didn't stick around to make sure it worked out." A flush spread across his cheeks.
"It wasn't my area of expertise."
He looked so uncomfortable, Melanie kindly dropped the subject. Sarah had told her that her friend Lucy had taken a quick liking to David, but what he did about it was entirely his own concern. He, Tony, and Melanie had lived side by side for a long time without getting into each other's business. It was a mutual understanding that had kept peace on the ranch. "Well, I'm sure she was grateful for your help." Melanie turned and lifted her bag off the bed. When David moved to help her, she clutched it tighter. "No, thank you. This is something I need to do myself." He nodded and silently led the way out the door and down the stairs of her home to the car. Once they were both settled, with her bag tucked into the back seat, they drove together in comfortable silence to the main house. As soon as Jace saw the car approaching, her son ran down the stairs of the home she'd cleaned for years. It would be strange to work anywhere else. Jace threw his arms around her waist.
"Mama, we made cookies with raisins and M&Ms. Can you believe we put both? Do you want to try one?"
She hugged him to her stomach and ruffled his dark brown hair.
"Sure, Jace. Pack me a couple for the road. I'll take them with me."
He ran off to retrieve the cookies. Sarah met her on the stairs of the porch while David went to speak with someone in the barn. Sarah threw her arms around Melanie and gave her a tight hug.
"I'm happy to take care of Jace for you, but I wish you'd let me go with you. I hate that you'll be alone."
It was impossible not to hug Sarah back.
"I'll be fine."
"Are you sure he's in New York?" Sarah was the only one in the world Melanie had ever told about Jace's father. Part of her regretted doing so. It made it all real.
It is real.